Here's a quick video on how to become a software developer if you can't afford to go to school full time for 4 years and need to make money to support yourself and your family. So, it takes a lot of hard work to become a software engineer without going to school. So, if you have that opportunity, if you have that time, if you're young, um, and you don't have a lot of responsibilities, I would recommend to go to school, spend 4 years, and learn on your own pace. So, here are the three main steps that I will be mentioning. Number one, you don't need to become a software developer directly. You can do it in steps and you will be making money and you will be getting more experience. So first step, you can start for becoming data analyst. It will take you 3 to 6 months depending on your passion and how much time you can give to this. Then the second step is to become a platform support. It's basically there are enterprise applications and they need someone to support those applications, and you will get a lot of other tasks around that depending on your personality. When I was a platform support analyst, I was open to early challenging tasks, which gave me a lot of experience. This will also take you 3 to 6 months, and then you can become a software engineer or software developer, the final goal. So here is the detailed steps that what you need to do to become a data analyst. First, you need to be good in Excel. Learn macros, basic VBA knowledge. That will help you learning other languages. This is just like this can be like the starting point of learning language. You can just need the basics like loops, variables, and functions, and then the AI will help you write all the logic. You just need to understand what you're getting from the AI and what your code is doing. So that is very important starting point. And along with that, it's great to know some advanced functions, as in today's AI world you would just give it a prompt and it will give you the function in the macro, but it's very important to understand what your code is doing. The second one is basic Python. It's not required, but it's very good if you're more curious about language. So Python is an extremely easy to learn language. So pandas will make your life a lot easy if you get if you get tasks for data cleanup and data manipulation kind of work. Python will make your life a lot easy with pandas libraries. Again, it will not take a lot of time. If you love learning code, this should be very easy. And then learn some basic SQL, like just to be able to pull at this stage, just to be able to pull data from the database, like joins, select columns, and left join, right join, all that kind of stuff. And then learn Power BI and build dashboards and reports so that you can present during your interview when you're applying for the data analyst positions. Of course, after that, start applying for the for basic. Let me go back. After learning all these steps, start applying for entry level data analyst positions or junior business analyst positions. You will not get the job instantly without having an experience or having an internship, but it will take time, but you will eventually land in a job. Then the next is, after you became a data analyst, then you would be working to become a platform support analyst. Platform support analyst is basically a position where you're admin for an enterprise level application. There are different kind of applications that are used within companies for different functionalities. For example, for contracts, for customer relationships. Customer relation applications are a bit confusing and needs more knowledge, but there are other application and tools that are easy to maintain. You would just be doing adding new user or removing user. If something is not working, you would be the one to troubleshooting it and then escalating that to the developers or the vendor who would be supporting the product or the application. So this was about the title platform support analyst. For this role, you would need basic APIs, understanding that what APIs are, how they are used, very basic information. I think it will take a day to understand APIs. Just basic understanding. I don't mean mastering API, just basic understand what they are. Cloud basics, this might take some time to understand what cloud is, what kind of services are there. And then GitHub repository, just understand what GitHub is, what it's for use. At this point you don't need to master it. And then understand the front end and the back end of the application. I remember my beginning days, I was so confused between, okay, what is front end, what is back end, how are they differentiated, what different languages are used in front end and back end. So just understanding those, having that information will help you. And then you would be the person who will be technical support for that, for these applications. So basically the jobs and the roles, that sometimes they might not be specifically titled as platform support analyst. They could be cloud support, or they could be technical support, stuff like that. And for these jobs you need to also learn a lot of troubleshooting. Then step 3 comes, now how to get prepared for the software engineer position. First, pick a language, C Sharp, Python, or Java. So um, I'm a C Sharp developer, so I started with C Sharp. But once you learn one language, it's very easy to learn another language after that. If you learn C Sharp very well, C Sharp and Java syntax is very similar. Then when you're learning those languages, it is very important to master the data structures. It will slow you down at the beginning learning data structures, but it will greatly help you when you move forward. If you can't master it, at least understand it, because sometimes my learning experience is that I go through something once, then I keep working on something related to that. For example, I go to data structure once, I don't fully get it, then I would be coding and I would be dealing with those data structures, then coming back to those lessons or the course from which I'm learning data structures, I will learn more and more about it. So for me, sometimes I don't learn it at once. I would learn a little bit, then I will keep working on it, then I will learn a little bit more of it. Usually it takes time to to fit this information and connect dots in your brain. And then object oriented programming, of course, that is also the fundamentals of modern application development. And APIs, now you would need to learn how to work with APIs, how to get data from APIs, and how to push data through APIs, plus SQL, of course. And then build 3 to 5 projects, and learn the backend framework, so basically like a .NET framework, uh, and start applying for engineering roles. uh, you would be applying for very entry level engineering roles for some companies who are hiring entry level engineers. They don't do the coding interview, they would just do verbal question and answers. But for companies like Google or other tech companies, or basically if they're paying more, there would be a stricter interview. So data structure and algorithms, as of this interview, is still common in many interviews, which needs a lot of time for practice. But um, a good idea is to start working somewhere as developer, entry level developer, or entry level engineer, junior engineer. So you will be getting more and more knowledge. And this is just the beginning of it, let me tell you. uh, Once you became good, and let's say you're good in C Sharp and .NET environment, then you would need to learn all these cloud services, how you can use. Once you learn that, then you would need to learn like Python for using AI. Then you would need to learn other AI platforms like Hugging Face and LangChain and all these other stuff to be able to utilize AI within your applications. Once you're good with that, then you would need to learn Kubernetes, Dockers, containerization. It never stops. It's it's on always learning field, at least up to some point. But at the same time you will be making very good money. But you can very easily, not very easily, needs a lot of work, but um, I would say like in less than 2 years, if you have a normal learning capacity, you can reach in about 2 years to a software developer role where you'll be making very good money, and you will still need to learn and learn and learn. That's it. Thanks for watching this video.